daily life shouldn't feel this hard, but somehow it does sometimes.
We didn't realize how much daily services affected our life until we traveled a couple different countries.
And today we're talking about services in Canada versus in China and why it feels easier in some places than other places. So the first question is, when people say life feels easier or life feels harder in a country or a region, what do you think they usually mean by that?
Well, definitely goes with what they prioritize, what makes it more convenient for them. Let's say, for example, in China, since we got here, we traveled different cities. I was able to generate a public transportation card for each of those cities, and I was able to just use it by scanning the QR code. So that makes it very convenient for us to just jump on a metro, jump on a bus, and all these things.
Commuting is easy or more accessible to places that makes your life easier.
That makes it easier for me versus buying one ticket, or having limited option.
So digital public transportation card for you makes your life easier.
Yeah, so access to those public transportation much easier. Even the bike. I was so surprised how convenient it was after. I just have my phone number. I go on Meituan. Once you register, just scan it. It automatically starts, and then pick up the bike, go. And when you're done, just say, I'm done. So yeah, that I think the convenience is going to go with what makes your life easier when you go to a different place.
What about other aspects? Like, I'll give an example. One I see that makes my life easier in Canada than China is, in Canada, there is a service I always use called Lufa Farm. It's only in Quebec, but I do like that system where you have access to all the local farms for organic and healthy food that you can just order from that website, but you know which farm you're ordering. All the fresh vegetables, even in winter, they deliver to your home, your front door, and everything is recyclable. Like the box you're gonna reuse, you know where this vegetables grows in which farm is labeled clearly. That I still don't find similar system in China yet. And I still have to order from different store, and sometimes I don't know where that plant is sourced. For that transparency, I would say it makes my life easier. If you want to have a healthy lifestyle, or you want healthy vegetables and organic vegetables.
Yeah, so like organic eating is what's important, right? So it makes it much more accessible. Right, that's what it is.
Because eating vegetables, especially green veggies, plays a big part of my meal plan. Like, I need to eat green veggies every day. Without green veggies, I feel uncomfortable. I'm not a big meat eater. If I have to portion my food, every meal I need to eat at least 40% of the portion is green veggie. So it plays a vital role in my life.
Yeah, well, no, I totally agree. That's a great example that we used Lufa Farm for a couple of years even. Always made it having those delicious tomatoes even in winter.
Yes.
Plus it encourages like local farming too.
That's true.
So I think that's one of the convenience service that was pretty good that I didn't see elsewhere yet.
Yeah, one thing I don't used to is, I know wine, you do get to know which farm the wine farm is from, but for vegetables, once you know where it's grown, it builds that trust and you feel really safe to eat that food.
I think it's also a very great way to encourage local farmers.
Yes.
Because it's locally sourced, right?
That's true.
So you help either urban farming and all these things, it's a great initiative. Like, I really like this. It's very good quality.
Maybe there are such services, just I haven't found it yet.
Not discovered yet.
Yeah, not discovered yet. Another very important thing for me is delivery. Yes. So at the beginning when I first came to China, I was so excited about, I can order online everything, vegetables, medicine, flossing, toothpaste,
flowers, cake.
Yes, they not only have next day delivery, they also have in a couple of hours like same day delivery. And a lot of time the delivery is free compared with in Canada. Normally takes 5 business days sometimes to get your delivery, or even longer if you order from overseas.
Do you think they just include it in your price?
It is possible, but at the same time, recently I find it a little bit frustrating to receive my packages because they stop, a lot of package delivery companies stop door-to-door delivery. They have to deliver to a convenience store in your community, and I have to go downstairs to pick it up, and I have to go into that very crowded places trying to look for my package. And sometimes if I order, for example, kimchi, it is sort of like a food, but then they didn't deliver in front of my door. I have to rush to get it. And recently I also got the plants.
Oh, right.
The live plants, they deliver to the convenience store. I was worried like the plants would, get damaged or even die during the process. So I have to rush downstairs to get it. That kind of create inconvenience and make my life harder.
Yeah, but you see on that point, what I find, because it's pretty similar to what's in Canada, right? A bit less because it depends on the building you have, because some condo buildings, you're going to have your own locker, right? You can go yourself, self-serve, you enter and you pick it up. No need to go outside.
We talked a little bit about this, right? In the previous episode of podcast, I find in Canada, at least they deliver to your door. Okay, you might, like you said, you might lose your package, but they deliver to your door. Unless it's a super huge package from overseas, when sometimes I order, I have to bring my ID to pick it up.
At the post
from
office.
From the post office, you're right. So,
but I do think they're going to stop, because Post Canada is definitely, I think they announced that they're going to stop doing
door to door.
It's all going to be at the community box, so you're going to have to go to that post office. For other delivery services like UPS, FedEx, I don't think it's been announced. But sometimes it's very subpar, because in Canada, a lot of them are houses.
Yes.
And a lot of time what happened, and we talked about it before, porch pirate, remember? They deliver and they just leave it in front of your door. It's not as... If they go to that...
So Canada Post is doing not door-to-door because for the safety of your package? I thought it could be more
but
like...
safety of the employee too, I think. Or the time it takes to deliver. Right? Because sometimes they can refuse to deliver to your door if there's ice, if there's things...
I read on the news they're suffering from financial situation. Maybe they are trying to cut the cost.
That's also possible.
Okay.
I think that it could be not just that. Usually the costs are a pretty big driver, right?
But definitely.
But yeah.
Definitely. That's one of the services I see that it's getting less convenient here in China.
They don't bring it directly to you.
Yep. Okay. Next question. What was the first everyday service that shocked you when you arrived in China or Canada? For me.
You go ahead.
That's a really good question. That's dating back to 12 years ago when I first came to Canada.
It's been a while, eh?
The first thing that shocked me for sure is people do small talks for almost all the salesperson. Even if in supermarket, when I check out, people will ask, how was your day and stuff. I was shy I was an international student in Canada. And definitely I took that as a very good opportunity to practice my French and English. I do feel welcoming, and especially when I remember that was the end of August, was my first time in Canada. And I was shy to speak to everyone, basically. And I do feel welcomed when people ask me, how is your day? Oh, today is so Sunday. I like your outfit, or something like that. A simple one sentence can make my day very different. And that encouraged me to be more confident in communicating and practice my English and French with people. That's one shocking thing as compared with like cashiers in China. They don't do chit-chat. They do their job, finish, and then pay.
Yeah. So by the services that you were receiving, the fact that they initiate small talk,
that's something that shocked me. And it's very pleasant. It's a good shock.
Yes, I'm the type of person that I prefer you don't talk to me, so I guess I'm very happy to just...
So what was the service that shocked you in China when you first came?
Payment system.
Like all the...
WeChat
Pay, Alipay.
Just having those two, only leaving with my phone in my pocket. Like
you
not
really
worrying.
like those digital
I like
card.
the convenience it gives. And
you don't like bringing purses, I guess.
Look, Alipay. Let's take Alipay, for example.
Okay.
You get red pocket discount live, and it's not done necessarily by the store. It's done by the platform.
I think it's...
For using certain technology.
It's not forever, right? It's sort of like an activity that you do.
But it's there, right? It exists.
It exists. I know what you mean. Because it's uncertain how much red envelope money they're going to give you. For credit card, it's a certain amount of cashback or rewards of the credits. For
but
this, it's spontaneous.
Don't you have credit card in China too?
Not
right?
a lot of people
not a lot.
use. Yes.
Because the other platform is so useful because it's centralized, right?
Yes.
Don't have to carry like 15 cards and like if you forget one, you're stuck and you have to use.
That's very
So that's the thing that really shocked me. I don't have to like find those coupons. I don't have to do it. They're like right there in my platform. They're like a hub. Everything is there. I can pay, and for me that's the one I really liked it, because what I really don't like is carrying so many things in my pocket. Remember when you go out, you have your wallet, and then if you have cash, the paper cash, it's fine. But if you have coins, when you're a walking jingle bell.
That's true.
Clicking, and you have the big coins and everything, and you try to find which coin, you pick it out of your pocket. Cause we do have like Apple Pay and Google Pay.
We do, but not every store accept Apple Pay.
And those are not centralized platform as much as they just makes you able to virtualize your credit card.
And I also noticed before the pandemic, a lot of places you don't accept Apple Pay or credit card as much as after, because you want what do you call the touchless payment to avoid contact. And that was, I see a huge increase of number of stores start to use POS to accept a credit card. And also a lot of shopping malls, Eaton Center, and also Hot Review start to accept Alipay, which I pay for their in-store shopping.
And how do you see it? Because you were in China 13 years ago, right?
Yes.
Now you're back 13 years later.
Yes.
What about the convenience? Like, I'm not all the convenience, because there's a lot that probably changed, but like just for the payment, for example, like how do you find it?
I'm learning. I'll just be frankly honest. I'm learning along the way. It is a huge learning curve. I don't know if I told the story before or not. I was in one of the bullet train station. I would like to get some water and some snacks, and I went to pay, and I know I need to pay with WeChat Pay or stuff, and I try to figure out if I scan the QR code or the store scan my QR code. Like both way works, and I was debating. And then because my phone is in English system, the owner looked at me and said, another foreigner, and then took my phone and started to do that. I was like, someone took my phone, but she looks like she works here. Like there's a mindset of shift that people here, the staff member, is they are willing to go above and beyond to help you, but at the same time, the personal space, like in Canada, it's almost impossible that someone just grab your phone away as the staff member to use your phone to click around your personal social media to pay or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very different.
That was, even for me,
it's
that
like
was,
I get
a little shock,
but at the same time she helped me figure out. And sometimes, remember we had a short video talking about we were shocked at McDonald's in Shenzhen, and the staff trying to tell us like return our order and reorder again using our phone because there was a coupon we didn't add to our payment.
There's a level of trust that you have to have there. Like someone just
she just took the phone, and we're like, but then the trust get built gradually from time to time. You know that the staff really is trying to
comes
help.
from a good place.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that I did have that. You get kind of used to it, right? What about you?
I'm still not 100% used to it after coming back, because all my 20s and early 30s are spent in Canada, so I sort of, get to the norms, and things have shifted a lot and developed a lot in China, especially services. Another thing I noticed that's so different, or maybe that's a shock, is I don't know why when I go shopping, especially for apparel, their salesperson stalk me. She followed me so closely, and whatever things I'm about to touch, she'll be so passionate, say like, do you want something? What's your size? Like I can go like set you up like a fitting room. It gets me sometimes so uncomfortable that I run away.
They remind me of the first floor at the Bay. The perfume and makeup. You get one of those person with you, you're done. They're following you everywhere and they're spraying you with all the perfume. You want to try this? You want to try this?
Yes.
That's it does remind me of that.
You're right. It's not unique in China, but
it's not that common. At least when I shopped in Canada, it's really the Bay. When we used to have the Bay, the first floor, because the other floor they're not bad. They leave you alone. But if you go there must be like commission or something because you are being hunted down.
Oh, and also they have staff members standing in front of the apparel store,
Right.
and then they call you, come.
Right.
That just made me feel like a bit awkward or a little bit embarrassing even.
That I do agree, even on myself, like you say, and I think that's from being in Canada. When they do, there's this threshold where you want to be polite, you want to acknowledge, but at the same time, they're just doing their job. And you don't really, if you stop at every shop, I feel if I would stop at every shop to like say no to everything, I would be exhausted after like just one floor of a mall.
Do you think it's because of us? Like we haven't really set a boundary. Maybe other people wouldn't care. Do you think it's a personal issue?
I think it's a way of advertising that we're not used to. Because you do get it sometimes with like I was saying, either the Bay or sometimes when there's samples, they try to give samples so they kind of do it and you don't want to. It's just here, it's very common for the shops.
They're very straightforward and they're salesy, but you know they're being professional.
Yeah, shopping can be another service that I was
shocked.
Not a major shock, but like I would be a bit unsure what to say, what to do.
Explain yourself.
Well, one point that you show, right? The salespeople often, as soon as you enter, you've been tagged. They tagged you. They're onto you. They have that common understanding. Okay, that's the person, and they follow you, which is helpful if you have question. But if you're walking just to want to browse, you have that pressure of like, well, I don't want to talk to you. I'm thinking.
Oh.
But at the same time, if I'm going there because there's something specific or I have an idea in mind, they're gonna bring you the everything you need. They're gonna suggest other things. They don't reserve.
You made me think of something. Services that's so different from Canada than China. It's both sides shocks
Tell me.
Restaurant.
In what sense?
Like the waiter and waitress, the way they serve you is so different.
You mean like ordering?
Like, yes. For example, in Canada, I don't know. I'm like, after so many years living in Canada, I'm still not 100% comfortable every time I need to sit down in a restaurant and chat with my friends. Because dining right now is almost like a luxury in Canada. When I really want to go to a restaurant, is I want to enjoy the ambience and then talk with my friend. Then I get interrupted in the middle of a sentence. How's the food? Do you need anything else? But it gets so, like, sometimes the waiter or waitress will not leave until we both look at him or her, say, yeah, everything's good and stuff. And then we went back to our conversation. I'm like, where were we? Like,
this impromptu interrogation of like, how's your meal going?
Yeah. And that would never happen in China. When
Do you think it's because of tipping culture? Whereas Canada, you have tipping culture, so your performance is gonna determine maybe how you're tipped versus. I don't think there's tipping in China, right? So
it's very possible.
So China seems to have just that very standardized.
But if you keep getting interrupted and uncomfortable, I'm not gonna tip more.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe some are all out.
Maybe it's just my personal preference. And another huge difference is in China, when we had the barbecue, like it's not a buffet or something, but it's a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Right.
And then I don't even know that's an option. The waiter just stand next to us and start to grill the meat for us.
And cut the meat and everything. Yeah.
And then all the veggies are free, the starters are free. You just need to pay for the meat, and then they grill the meat, and then they cut it for you, and then they put it aside, say, here is ready.
I'm not gonna lie, that's very convenient. I like that.
Never. In Canada, never.
I think we've had it maybe once in one of the new barbecue places that opened.
Like in Montreal, we have, remember on Bishop or Crescent, there was a Korean barbecue place we often go. No, they never grill the meat. It's always you grill by yourself, and you have to even call them to change the plate when it gets very sticky and a little bit burnt.
Yeah, that's not as common.
And also, not mentioning Haidilao, I think that's a Chinese customer service. The ceiling, like it's the best of the best.
Yeah.
When they see you get foggy on your glasses, they give you a wipes, and then they see you wearing clothing that's light color. They give you an apron.
I felt like Haidilao at the end, it was westernizing itself a little bit.
Really?
I felt like it was getting
Not well, we went to both Haidilao in China and in Canada.
Exactly. So if I
You see
compare,
different?
I just feel like gradually it was westernizing itself a bit. Not in a particular bad sense, just like any franchise come.
Okay, next question. Do you think faster service always mean better service, and why?
Faster service is not always better service. Better service.
I definitely think if a service is fast doesn't mean it's good. But a good services should be fast, to be on time at least.
Maybe I can, like, maybe in the same thing that you're saying, it should be meeting the expectation of what a service is supposed to give. Meaning, if you go to McDonald's, I'm expecting fast food.
Because it's fast food.
If I wait half an hour to get McDonald's, it kind of breaks the whole point of going to a fast food restaurant. I'm not going to wait. I want it like now. If I can wait half an hour, I'll go somewhere else.
Okay, can I joke a little bit? Not
Go
a
ahead,
joke, but
go ahead.
I don't know if you want to bring this up, but if you call emergency and you walk into an emergency center,
Right.
I think it's supposed to be fast because it's called emergency center. This is still a culture shock for me that if you call emergency in Canada, by the way, I've called emergency in Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto. I can only speak to my own experience. People might disagree with this, and I know this kind of discussion might cause lots of, communications and opinions on it. But I still want to bring up that I do find it much faster in China to get emergency services. In Canada, it depends. It depends on the day, the availability, like the priority, and a lot of variables. But in general, on average, I find the waiting time in emergency center in Canada sometimes can get insanely long.
Yeah. That I thought about it too.
Like I want it to be fast. Since you call it emergency center, it's supposed to be fast.
Definitely, I think like there's advantages in the Canadian one, meaning cost-wise. Like if you're about to if in the triage you're really at the end, the super emergency, most of the time you should pass quickly. But as soon as you're not in that red zone, like even if it's a broken leg, for example, unless there's like something with a blocked artery, or I feel like you can wait a long time just even for that and the follow-up and all the examination. And it made me think about it.
I never really quite get the triage system. Maybe you can explain me further. Like after so many years, I was lucky that I don't get sick that often. Because to me, I find it unfair for the triage nurses to do the labeling of people. So what if he or she made a mistake? That could be a very big mistake.
Usually you're going to have specific triage nurse, which have certain criteria to make you switch. There's still a bit of subjective in it, but most of the time they have very specific criteria. Like is it life-threatening? Is it that specific part of the body, right? Like if it's my heart that's cramping, then maybe it's a heart attack. There's more. If it's my toe that's numb, maybe it's not as high priority. So they have these criteria, and when you score on this, then you're going to be placed a yellow, not as urgent.
But some symptoms are more easy to identify and observe than some chronic diseases, but be very, could be fatal as well.
Exactly. That's why it's the triage has been put in place because right now the healthcare system is really pressured, I think, for
we need more doctors in Canada.
A lot of different reasons. Doctor, infrastructures, all these things. So they have to triage. So they have to manage a risk and then send you on. They have to make that call, which sucks because if my toe is numb, maybe it's a neurology, like it's my nervous system that has an issue and it hides something worse, right?
Yes.
And then you get sent back home and say wait 2 weeks, come back or do some exercise, rest. And finally you have to go back 2 days after because it was a much worse problem. So I think and I think one of the issues, like we said, the infrastructure, the amount of doctors and all these things. What I found that I had in China is that you have a much larger scope. Like you don't have that free healthcare, and here I am as a Canadian in China, so I see the full pricing on it, but you have much larger scale. There's a lot of hospital. I mean, China has a lot of people, but it has a lot of hospitals. So you get to go around. You can get in the same day different opinions on it, right? So if you can do 3 hospitals on that day, that's reasonable. In Canada, you would never. And
So one of
right.
the big arguments in China right now about the medical systems or the services from the clinics is overtreatment. So because it's so easy to access and you can get the same day diagnosis most of the time, then people complain that, okay, I think you give me too much medicine that I need. Or maybe I don't need to do surgery. Why you make me do it?
So because there's that, you think
it's a little bit for profits. This is the argument that's happening. I think states have similar issue with the medical bills being expensive. Is it overtreatment or not? Like Canada is everything, like healthcare in general is free. Almost all the bills are covered by your insurance. And people have to wait in line because, you know, a certain priorities and for all the variables. I can, like, for me, I would say go back to the question, like, is faster or being fast a good service? I guess in this case, I can't really conclude. Maybe when I need emergency services, I would want it to be fast. But if it's like really a chronic disease and I need it long term, I definitely want it to be free. Am I asking too much that I want on point or on time services, but also free? I think that's asking too much. But that's the ideal situation, right?
I think, and I'm not sure if it exists, but I've been in IT, right?
Oh, yes?
In IT for services, we have something that's called SLAs, service level agreement.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think
first time I heard it.
With governmental infrastructures like hospital, there should be a certain service level agreement with the population that's expected, and then they should use that to either increase investment in the healthcare system or increase hiring, right? So I think I've seen it right now. I'm starting to see more metrics that come like expected wait time. It's just that expected wait time now it's like in days or way unreasonable, but like have a certain SLA with the population of expectation. Like if you are in Canada and you go to that hospital, they guarantee this average of waiting time, and to base a bit their service around that. I know IT is controlled, like it's computer, it's line of code, but I feel like establishing this agreement with the population that you have then
that makes sense.
Maybe would help, because then you would scale the investment for it and try to reach those.
It definitely needs technology, or even I don't know if AI is gonna help to make the system more intelligent instead of I know a lot of hospitals and clinics in China still use paperwork instead of system. It definitely can increase the productivity.
That's a good point. Healthcare is in need of a digitalization, I
do believe
for a lot
so.
of this
I think
system.
they're on the way, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think,
like for example, we are doing the MRI a couple times, CT for you in China. I am so surprised. Okay, maybe I haven't seen enough. In the hospital that I see, they transport your blood sample and samples in a little trail on the floor above your head. And we went to do the MRI, right? And on our way back, we asked the doctor, like, when can we see the results? The doctor said, it's on my computer now.
Right.
And we get the review after you walk back to the doctor without,
That was also something that shocked me.
Yeah, the speed, right?
Same day results.
Being fast is good, I guess.
Yeah, and that and the quality is good too. So it's fast and good.
You just need to pay out of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the issue, like, with the services of healthcare is sometimes I'm not sure. Can we call it a service? Can we clarify? Do you think?
I think it's a service.
Seeing a doctor is a service? Because sometimes when I go to see a doctor in Canada, I don't feel like I'm offered a service. I feel like doctors in Canada don't normally explain everything to me about why and what I am having and why he or she choose to give me that medicine.
I feel like for that, what I would share is that I think most of them are burnt out.
They're overloaded, right? They're super tired.
I think they right? You have so many people you have to see in the day.
Yeah.
So many different things. It must be mentally draining and physically. And 'cause I know family doctors in Canada, most of the time what happens is that they have a certain threshold of patient they have to take.
Yeah.
And most of the time, from what I've heard, is that all the prescription, all the review of some of their patient, they don't do that on work time. They do that back at home on weekends, on evening when they're not on the clock. So imagine if you have to do the most, like, for me would be the most important part, all the paperwork off the clock for 100 people.
So they don't have actual, time for themselves to actually
It's very
sit down to talk to patients.
It's very stressful, so they don't have time. They give you your diagnosis, they see you, and there's this kind of loss of human connection sometimes. There's some very good doctor, but there's this, you don't have a human in front of you sometimes. You really have someone that's burnt, that's trying to like help you, but at the same time not destroy themselves because there's 50 other ones behind you.
But at the same time, I feel like, remember that time the doctor was off work? He said, oh, it's okay. You do the CT and you come to find me in the residence. And
oh, you mean in China?
He even see patient out of
Right.
work time.
Yeah.
They also work a lot as well.
Oh, 100%. They work a lot.
But somehow the system still make you feel like they speak to you more like a human. Like they bring the module and sit down to explain you whilst drinking bubble tea and as their lunch. I saw that.
I think
We
that's
all witnessed something like that.
I think healthcare system is a huge.
It's
I wouldn't want to be the one that has to like refactor it or make it up to date because it's huge. There's so many variables. And it's a bit like banking, right? Banking, you don't want to change things because you're playing with people's money. And not just people's money, you're playing with the economy of wherever you are because usually there's
That's
just
true.
a few. So things change slow. So I can't imagine healthcare is the same. Like there's battle-proof certain process that if you can't really do A/B testing, let's say on blood samples, maybe some place.
And also I feel like I'm not qualified to speak too much to the healthcare system as I don't think I have the credentials to know too much about it. It's just as a patient, as my experience, this is what I observe, and I would just want it to be faster, better, cheaper. Okay, next question is difficult.
Oh, go ahead, just try it. Let's see.
Which country services require more emotional labor from you as a customer?
What do you mean by emotional labor?
Stress you out more.
Okay, so which one is more emotionally draining?
Yes. This is a very difficult question. When I wrote it down, I feel like as a customer, I do feel a little bit stressful sometimes in a certain industry. And I will want you to go first.
I think I have in both. It's very situational for me.
Okay.
If I take China, like we were talking about the shopping,
Okay.
having someone that follows me everywhere is very draining for me because I feel like I need to interact a bit with them.
Want to be left alone?
Yeah, like chill. I'll let you know when I need help, but then I am happy when they're there to help after.
Yeah.
So that would be something that in Canada, I do have a bit of the, well, we talked a bit about it. Like the doctor is not as a human. So it's very draining for me to like, there's no connection. So it's like when you go there, you want to be cared for in the sense of you have something, you're worried, so not necessarily always having that things you don't feel like they care about it, which is draining emotionally because you're like, well, I really need reassuring right now because if it's not you that tells me, then Google's going to tell me. And there's always only one disease you get from Googling your symptoms. You always get cancer all the time. Like no matter what, you just look for it. You have a pimple on your foot, it's cancer. Like, so you want the doctor to be there.
Don't Google your symptoms online.
Yeah, don't be your own doctor. You can validate after your doctor gave you, or if you want to double check something, but don't try to self-diagnose. There's a reason why they go so long at school. But that aside, yeah, I guess that human connection, there's a bit of a cold there.
Okay, this is my own personal observation is some some staff member, if they only speak French,
Yeah.
if they notice you speak English, they gonna maybe unintentionally or unconsciously have a really long face.
Okay.
Like they will try, but when they speak English, it sounds not that. It sounds cold when they speak English.
Yeah, you know, even me, I think I get where you're coming from.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get where you're coming
And
from.
I'm not sure if it's a customer service issue or it's just a language issue, but it do happen like in Quebec that if they sense like I speak French, all of a sudden they smile and then it become very passionate.
Yeah.
It was just their constraints of language skills.
Yeah, some of them, like, would you say it's because of the stress that they have? Like, if they don't speak in their...
That's what caused me a little bit emotional stress. That when I walk in store, I make sure they know I speak French and you can talk to me in French.
How
and
do you
then
do that? You yell bonjour.
They say, oh, bonjour, bienvenue, or quelque chose like that. And then I would say, oh, bonjour. And then, but they see my face, I see they hold back a little bit. And then I would be like, I would tell them, je voudrais avoir quelque chose. This is what I want. I want to buy something. Like I'm looking for something. And then they would be, oh, okay. They would be like all relaxed. Like the whole store would feel the vibes are relaxed.
I feel like it's a lottery, especially with Canadian situation where you have English and French, which could be both way the language that's spoken.
Mostly in Quebec.
Mostly in Quebec and even mostly in Montreal.
Yeah, like Vancouver or Toronto, mostly English is perfectly fine. Like,
but not knowing if it's a French or English is gonna, because we had some similar experience in Japan, right? When we spoke Japanese, just even if it's a little bit.
That's so funny. You speak Japanese to the salesperson,
yes.
The supposed person ignore you and then speak Japanese to me.
Yes.
And I look at my husband and then Kevin has to translate my English back to the salesperson. But that person just insists speaking Japanese to me and I keep like...
Yeah. But
that was funny.
That was pretty funny. But that's a good example. Like, I think people, once they're in their comfortable language, then they're very happy. I don't know if they're happy because it's less pressure for them.
Yeah, it's the comfort zone, right?
Right.
In unfamiliarity with the how to serve the customer or something like that.
No, that's true. That's
probably my number one emotional stress.
What about in China?
Shop. Not yet. Maybe I'll come up with something. Because normally I'm good with handling customer service because I'm a very outgoing person per se. I like chit chat and stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Dialect. You remember when we first arrived?
Yes.
Where they have their own dialect, and you try to talk, and when you don't talk, there's kind of like this.
So the thing is,
I don't know exactly. Go ahead.
I speak Mandarin, and a lot of local, like small business owners speak dialects.
Yes.
Which means he or she understands me, but I don't understand them. And if you speak 1 to 2 sentences, that's fine. But with time, he or she will feel like, you're not local.
Yes.
And then, no. And then I remember that the experience that sort of pissed me off a little bit is I went to buy just a simple hairband. I just landed, and it was like the third day or like the first week at least.
Yeah.
I don't have a hairband. And next to a breakfast place, there's a small convenience store. It's so small that it's like only one person is working there, and you can barely turn yourself around if you go inside of the store. And I'm like, I need hairband. And then he's like, oh, it's 3 RMB, which is like $50. I said, oh, okay, no problem. I take it off, and she's like, oh, the one you're holding is 4. I was like, what's the point? I'm like,
variable pricing.
Like, why? Just because I picked that one? I'm like, what about that one? And she's like, oh, the one you're holding is 4. So whichever things I'm pointing, she increased a little bit of the price. So I was like, I feel very frustrated. So I put it back. I'm like, I just walk out of the store. I don't want it anymore. That's.
I don't think it happens as often now, but I think that's something that
brings up my like emotional stress about purchasing things here in China. You have to check carefully of a couple of things. One is the brands really the brands you want, because just be honest, there are knockoffs.
Yeah.
And which look sometimes very similar on the packaging, but it's not really the same thing that you expected. Like it could be anything.
Let's talk about Polo and their 15.
Yeah.
Pedro.
And sometimes it's hard for me to distinguish, and it's just slightly different. They have similar color theme and everything. And another thing is when you purchase something from a mall or not a mall, sometimes I thought a brick and mortar store would be legit, but sometimes it's not. And you need to select carefully. And a lot of times there are brands I've never heard of, but actually it's a good national brands here.
Yeah, exactly. You have to,
because there's been so long I haven't shopped the
I
brands
think that's
here.
a good point you make. You'll need a lot more due diligence on what you buy when you're in China. I think that can take
in Canada, if you want to buy winter shoes, there are certain
not that
brands. They're all, but they're all good, and you know.
But usually they
and if you want winter jacket, Aritzia, Lululemon, or Canada Goose, like there are a few selections. But here, there are thousands of selections. I feel like there are so many brands. Even for male apparel, there's so many options that you wouldn't even know, because they all look good, but the price varies so much, and it keep you wonder like which quality is good, which one is not, why there's such a huge price difference.
There's a huge selection, but you need more work needs to be done by you to select it.
And in Canada, normally the return policy sometimes is 30 days and it's a sale item, but here normally it's 7 days. 7 days, it's hard for you to receive the 7 days, and then if you know it's good or not, like it's a very short period of time compared with 30 days. So you have to do lots of homework before you decide what to buy. And sometimes I buy stuff online. The picture and what I receive is completely different.
Even online, I've seen so many people complain about that.
That happens not as frequently in Canada compared with China.
Read the description very carefully. Look at the dimension of the product. Look at the details. They do need to say
even dog toys. I bought a toy for our dog, turned out to be too big, remember?
Right.
And there was a time I bought a soup spoon.
Yeah.
And I didn't read the description, but it looks like a big soup spoon. But when I received it, it was so small. It's not what I expected.
You should do your online shopping in Canada just like you filter out clickbait video on YouTube. It's the same thing.
It's the issue.
You look at it, but then the content is not at all what
But I don't find it emotionally stress per se. It's not anxiety. It's not that negative. I would laugh about it. Because it was my own mistake.
But don't you find that it's a bit more work?
It is a bit more work, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I do feel happy. I have more options.
That's true.
Right?
And we do have it to some extent in online shopping in Canada.
I find in Canada, even Dollarama have things not $1 anymore. There's no cheap things, I find in Canada.
$1 doesn't exist. Dollarama is $2
But here in China, if for like students or anyone who has a limited budget, you do have cheaper options. Maybe you can't that product doesn't last long, but at least you have options.
You get what you pay for.
Yes, so there's a larger range of pricing and quality that you can choose from.
A huge one.
Yeah. This one, listen. What cultural values do you think shape services in China, and what values shape services in Canada?
100% community in China. And on different level like this, is it a value? I guess community is a value, like the community spirit.
Explain more, because I don't even know how to define community.
It's still something I'm thinking about it, but now that I say it, it's hard to explain. There's just this sense of like...
That's okay. Give it a try.
I do feel like it's community driven.
I just wonder what that means. Like,
well,
can you give an example?
I'll give an example. That's a good point. Maybe that's easier to do. But there's a lot of community for where you live.
Yes.
That offers kind of similar to condo services. But it's very community driven. Usually there's going to be some schools within there. There's going to be a lot of people that you see every day, that you walk, your kids play together. There's parks, there's training grounds. There's all these things that are made for that community, which drives like I've injured myself recently, and I had so many people within the community that would ask me,
just offer you help,
how you are, offer me help, open the door. Like they see someone, they kind of feel that compelled to help. And when I say that, I've had it in Canada, but much less community. Or let's say after work in China, there's a lot of people going out to meet, going to parks, going to like meet people and exchange. And the example that you gave, for example, the person that took the phone and tried to help you.
Yes.
You need a certain type of community trust to just feel comfortable to take it. That happens in Canada. Somebody takes the phone from my hand. I'm like, I'm freaked out. What are you doing? Like, I don't have
I feel maybe part of it because of the population density. I find personal space in Canada is valued much more than here. I have to say, Canada definitely values individualism more than here. And here I'm in China, and I find Chinese community in general, maybe I will phrase it for you, like after hearing what you said, they even respect sacrificing a little bit personal interest to fulfill the benefits of the group or family.
Yeah.
You see that a lot, especially older generations. They tend to sacrifice their even personal career, personal dreams in order to contribute to their kids or their family business.
Yeah, that's
Wherever
true.
in Canada, I find they want you to look for yourself, find your self value through your own means and your own wanting, what you want to do, that is respected. And as far as you don't harm people, you can basically do whatever you want in Canada. That's what I feel like. But here I find the social norm is like there is a standard of what's good and what's bad and what's success and what's not. And people tend to want to not be too far away from that standards or social norm.
Yeah. I can see that. And in Canada, if I can add, like, it's individualism, but I still think that it keeps a family unit. So people like, when you're done work, you go back to your family. You want to do activity with your kid, and most of the time it's going to be family to family, right? Some have soccer kids.
Yes.
The family bring to the sport event, and then that Saturday is when they do it. But there's not that.
That brings a good point. I want to add on to what you said is for China's value or the service provided, I see there's a lot of intergenerational exchanges of values, etc. For example, grandparents would want to pass down some assets to parents and parents pass down to the kids.
Right.
Wherever I see Canada a lot, for example, majority of my friends in Canada get their own student loan. Parents don't pay for their tuition fee. They don't want to pass down. They care more about, okay, I want to enjoy a good retirement life, and I say for my entire retirement, and the government should be, or the employer should be responsible for my retirement instead of expecting the kids to pay back and take care of them.
Right. I think that's a different.
So the expectation for public services would differ. Like here, people expect from people around, friends, families, co-workers to take care of you because the system is there for other things. But in Canada, I think people do expect the public services to provide a certain means to their life.
Yeah.
When they don't have a job, right? We have such a good EI to provide people for 1 year.
Employment insurance.
Employment insurance. That's from the government.
But yeah, and I feel like to your point, there's, for example, public service. We see it everywhere now. You can get denied service if you're not.
What do you mean?
Oh, if you're not being respectful, right? If you go yell at a receptionist, they can deny you service. Like
Here? In Canada or in China?
Canada, right? They will say, or when you call the bank, or when you call, they will say, we are reminding you that please be respectful of the staff at all time, and you can be denied the service if you are being aggressive or stuff like that.
But why customer would be aggressive in the first place?
That's a very good question. But you see, even for that service, they do offer protection for the person working in it.
Well, there's like both sides to the story, right? It's hard to be the judge of every case, but I do see what you mean, like where you come from. That like verbal violence, aggressiveness is almost zero tolerance in Canada.
Individual protection.
That brings me to another maybe sensitive topic is, okay, question first. Do you think police is considered as a services or public services to people?
It is a public service.
Because I do see, based on my own experience, that it's very different.
Yeah, the type of policing done in Canada and the type of policing done in China, it is different.
Like, for example, I would just take traffic police as an example. The traffic policeman in Canada, to me, they only work when there's like certain events and they go to manually change the traffic lights. That's the only time I will see them.
Yeah.
But here in China, we see traffic policemen everywhere on their motorcycles and just to like navigate the traffic
Yeah, but it's mostly done for traffic, and a lot of them is usually people doing overtime.
Oh,
Like they finish their normal shift. Because a traffic police, you have the patrolling officer, the one that are going to regulate if you speed, if you
okay.
do these things on the highway or this type. And then you're going to have the one if there's too much traffic during an event, during rush hour,
Okay.
then they'll do circulation. Usually, like you said, they will click, click, click.
Yes, change the
And
traffic
control the
lights.
lights so that they can see and they coordinate sometimes on big street. You don't see them as much in
To
this.
help with the traffic jam and
Well, they help, but they just use it by synchronizing, and they don't go in the traffic and try to move this with the whistle.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't. I've rarely seen it. I know I've seen it once or twice, but really not as much as I've seen it here.
And another difference I see police is I see policemen in Canada on horses.
Yes,
That's I never seen
That-
in China or
that's-
anywhere else.
that I think in the
Is this sort of like for PR where they really ride
No.
horses in Canada to
You-
do duties?
I think North America policing on horses was a thing, even in Europe. But I really don't know. I need to check that. But I think Western policing has had horse. Well, yes, there is up to a point. They're not police, but in the UK they do have it. They even have the guard on horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Canada at least, RCMP,
Yes.
it's called what?
RCMP is called what? I don't know.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Okay.
Mounted.
Mounted.
Because they're on, the whole thing is that they're on horses. The stereotypical is the red outfit, right, with the horse.
But that's very different from what I would
Imagine.
imagine or what I see as what policemen do. Because here in China, we see policemen having their photo in the building, and there's a phone number you can call if you see a thief or something.
Oh, right. You mean like a community
Because
designated?
we don't see policemen
yeah.
riding horses or show in public whenever there's a parade or events. It's different.
It's different. It's definitely different. But in Canada, yeah, the mounted police, they use it for, like you said, either a show or parade, or they use RCMP as a parade of the horses they do. You have it for crowd control, I guess. Sometimes we see them right in Canada. Like they're not patrolling usually. The horses are done for a special event, I guess you would say. They're not always on horses.
Question: do you think the police who ride their horse is actually taking care of that specific horse, or they just assign different?
100% police have specific police horse that are trained, but
Like
I don't know if they're like you mean,
exclusively.
like canine unit, right?
Yes.
Where they canine unit, I know they get the puppy, they train with the puppy, they
Yes.
sleep with the puppy, they bring the puppy
Yes.
everywhere. They're that bond. I don't know if they have it with police and horses.
We can find out after.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
Next question. I guess this would be a yes question. Do you think services reflect what a society values most?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
yeah,
doubt.
no doubt.
Okay.
I think our whole conversation so far can attest to that.
Next question. If you could combine the best parts of services from both countries, Canada and China, what would that ideal system look like? I think I talked about it a little bit that for healthcare services, I want it to be faster, as fast as in China. And I want it to be free, like mostly free, like in Canada. If that's combined, that's the ideal system. And for shopping, I want it to have definitely more range of options.
Yeah.
But at the same time, can every brand or every products vetted and with good quality, and I don't need to, read so
Like some
much
sort
and
of
do
basic quality assurance, or not
Yeah.
basic, but like a standard that you need to. If you say that you meet that standard, then
that's the standard. It's like I want that both.
yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. If I just add myself, I just say maybe offer like the digital advancement that they have in China, have them more available in Canada. Now with the following the pandemic,
yeah.
but the menu that are digital, not having to yell to have the menu or passing your order, or
I agree.
all these things, all these digital services that are available, and that infrastructure that would be nice. I think even now China's investing a lot in smart cities,
Yes.
which right, that is. It's a digital service, but I think it's still service. If you go on Baidu Map
Oh, yeah?
or Gaode,
Mm-hmm.
which is a map, I think,
In map, yes.
you know when the red light is going to be red and you know when the green light's going to be green.
I don't know if Wise or Google Map now has it.
I haven't seen it even when we went back to recently and I didn't see
the
it on
second count, right? On the traffic lights.
Right,
You know
but the
when to
count,
turn
you
left.
know when it's going to be there.
You like that?
I love it.
What about the voice package? Do we have it in Google Map? You can have celebrity voice
not even sure
package
if you
to
can have it.
navigate.
But yeah,
One is also fun.
That's fun. You can like have who you want, even cartoons and stuff, if you want them as your navigator.
Yes. Another point is public transportation. I do expect or I do hope Canada can have access to public transportation more, like build more metro or build more
metro,
lines.
more train, more buses.
One, it's environmental friendly. And two, not everyone enjoy driving, like
and punctuality
in the winter. Like it's really unpleasant, and it's cold.
Yeah, I really don't want to go out when it's cold.
Yes, I do want that to be as. I do remember like back in Zhengzhou 10 years ago, we have no metro or just the first line of metro.
Yeah.
And then last time we were here, we have 3 lines. Remember that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this year
there's at least
2025. There's like, wow, it's all spider net
there's
already.
a lot.
Ooh,
Very
it's like
convenient.
a chessboard when
Sometime.
you look at the it is building in Canada. Like we have the RAM, but I do expect it to like
Another
be
thing,
more covered.
the metro system. It's dual door, right? You have door for the cart, the metro
Yes.
cart, but you have doors so you can't access the railway.
The railway? Wait,
I don't know if that's what you call it, but the metro line, right?
metro
When
line?
you go to metro, there's 2 doors that are always closed. You have to wait for the metro to arrive, then that door open and the metro door open.
Oh,
It's all glass,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Which
it
avoids a lot of like
self-harming.
self-harming, but also like it prevents a lot of disturbance. Because in Montreal, one that we always hear is like there's someone on the track, but it's not necessarily like somebody that's trying to
Just bad
self-harm.
accidents.
It's just he's running on the railway, like he's in the tunnel. Like I don't know, it just happened. He's running there, or there's something's been thrown on the track, or
I know.
something fall on the track. Right? It's additional risk from that perspective. But as I've seen it in China, I've seen it in South Korea, I've seen it in
All the newly built metro,
newly built metro.
I think
They put that system, which I think would be knowing how the metro station are built in Montreal, I find it very hard to believe that they'd be able to do it right, because sometimes it's very tall, the ceilings in it, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like each station has its own identity,
I think it's doable.
but I think
With
that's
the-
a service.
The frame on the floor, like they can just.
It's not really a service. This is more infrastructure, like upgrade.
Yeah,
but
we're
I
going
don't
more
know.
and more. We're going deeper
That's
and deeper,
something
which is good.
I'd like to see. I think it would help like prevent all these delays in it, because if there's not of these, usually I think it's pretty on time, the metro system in Montreal.
It's mostly spontaneous. I see Toronto delay more frequently than Montreal.
I haven't
based on my
experienced the
personal experience.
Toronto one, but last question.
Yes. Who do you think would benefit most from living in China, and who would benefit most from living in Canada? So this is not about which country is better. It's like what kind of person you think would like Canada services more, and what kind of person would like Chinese services more.
Well, in Canada, you definitely have like a lot more of open space. The population density is not as dense as in China. So I guess someone that's like, that's not social, but someone that likes having their own
Oh, I see where you're
space.
going. So I person for Canada, E person for China.
I think something like that. Because you can get in Canada, if you want, you can buy land in the north. Okay, you can do that in China, but you can
I
buy
see what you mean.
like that property, would have your own zone next to the forest, not hear all the noise. And I think just in general, people, that's something that they seek in Canada, right? They like having those wide open space and everything. So I feel like it's more based as if you want to look inside yourself. There's a lot of hard work that you need to do in both countries, but also here there's a lot of competition. There's a lot more population density. If you're coming to China and you're going to the major urban center,
Yes.
like tier 1, tier 2, even tier 3 city, you need to know that you will be with a lot of people.
Okay.
You will have a lot of competition. You will have to you live in a community.
You need to care for other people's feelings.
Yes. And I feel in
convenience.
Canada, up to a certain point, you create your own little world.
To add on to that point, I also think people who are really hands down,
Yeah.
crafty, would like Canada more than in China.
Although I like to do more crafts and hands down.
Like if you like to grow your own vegetables, it's much easier in Canada than here in China. If you like to build your own house, it's easier in Canada. Like a lot of people have that opportunity, or that's the lifestyle. A lot of people can customize their house, and if you prefer living in a gated community, Canada doesn't have that many options.
Yeah.
And if you like technology, or if you like more options for your life and access to your friends easier, like you mentioned, that a lot of people live in a suburban area which their neighbors are really far away. If you like that, then it's a different, like, how often do you social? You social like every day, you want different activities and
that is
different
something.
new things, then probably you prefer China
Yeah.
services. And if you prefer,
How would I say? I feel like you go to Canada to take a rest. You go to China if you want to. You want to move.
Excitement,
I don't know how you move, but you are gonna move when you're here. And I mean, either going out with people when you're at work. Working is also one, because there's that work culture. There's going to do activities, going outside. In Canada, you want to take a rest. You want to chill, go to a fire camp, go fishing,
go zen.
go zen, listen to the bird in the morning.
But here you listen to birds in the morning too.
Oh, I love hearing the birds in the morning.
It's hard. It's really hard to
There's
describe.
a lot of green space in the city.
I guess the best thing is, for me, I would want to spend the summer in Canada and the rest of the time in China. Summer in Montreal is so beautiful. It's so nice. All the vegetables, all the market. It's
Not
so
all the
nice.
time, but I think I could do like the Christmas vacation in Canada. And for what reason?
The snow. Well, for what reason?
There's just lights everywhere. There's all these special events.
That's true.
It's not just Canada. I've done the one in France, for example, the Christmas market and these type of things.
Yeah, you're a big Christmas guy.
And it's not as much as I'm Christmas as the atmosphere it gives.
Okay.
Right? It's cold outside. There's snow. There's light everywhere. And then you go inside. You have some warm mulled wine. You have some food.
That's what you missed, is it?
You have a little wood fire in somewhere. And because even wood fire, like they're getting less and less in the city, right? You need to be more in suburban area. Even suburban area, they're starting to ban those wooden fireplace. But just that warm atmosphere that comes with it. That's fun.
see.
But when the 1st of January is past, I want to get out. Because there's no more light. There's just
So you just want to visit
slush,
2 weeks?
snow. Yeah. 2 weeks is enough.
Is enough?
Yeah. Or summers. Summers can be nice. They're not
Are
too
really nice.
warm, and there's a lot of events.
I like sunshine, fresh air, national parks, the
Yeah.
greeneries, the blue skies, the pink sunset. Those are the things I
Here,
miss.
I don't remember seeing pink sunset, but we've seen pink sunrise.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand why, but I'm really obsessed
Or
with
maybe we
the
just
pink
realized,
sunset.
and then that's what we conceived, that pink sunrise here and pink sunset in Canada.
All right, that's all for today's podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, enjoying our company.
Hope you like it, and
We'll see you next week.
please like and subscribe.
Bye.
next week.